For some sports teams, winning one championship isn't enough, so they go out and add numerous titles, cementing themselves as an iconic sports dynasty. Being a dynasty is already impressive enough, but many of the top dynasties to ever exist ended way too soon, for more reasons than one. I'm Justin Fraction, and today we take a look at 10 sports dynasties that ended way too soon. And a big shout out to Landon Kieffer Vlogs for suggesting this list. We hope you enjoy it, and if you do, feel free to leave your own ideas for videos that we should do down in the comment section. You never know, we might do them and give you a shout out. Number 10. 90s Dallas Cowboys. Behind quarterback Troy Aikman and all-time rushing leader Emmitt Smith, the Dallas Cowboys won 3 Super Bowls over a 4-year span in the 90s. But owner Jerry Jones had friction with head coach Jimmy Johnson, who left after the 1993 season. Though Barry Switzer coached Dallas to another Super Bowl in 1995, the boys would fall apart in the post-Johnson era. Michael Irvin got into drug problems off the field and kept running into trouble with the law. Defensive standout Leon Lett was suspended for a full year. Aikman experienced painful back injuries and retired after the 2000 season. And just like that, the Cowboys dynasty was over. Number 9. 2000's New Jersey Devils. The New Jersey Devils captured the 1995 Stanley Cup. Owning an elite goalie in Martin Brodeur also helped their cause, as did owning the top defensive pairing of the 90s in Scott Stevens and Scott Niedermayer. New Jersey added another Stanley Cup in 2000. They cemented their dynasty status by winning it all again in 2003. Stevens retired shortly after the 2005 NHL lockout. Niedermayer would join the Anaheim Ducks, and New Jersey never replaced their 2 legends. With those unfortunate departures, the Devils never captured that 4th championship. Number 8. 80s Boston Celtics. Behind the playoff franchise legend Larry Bird, the Celtics won 3 NBA championships in the 80s, in 81, 84, and 86. But 2 specific teams thwarted Boston's bid to be an even bigger dynasty. The Lakers defeated the Celtics in the 1985 and 87 finals. The Bad Boys Detroit Pistons beat Boston in the 88, 89, and 91 playoffs. And as teams got better, Bird got older and slower. The Celtics couldn't quite capture the old magic of the mid-80s and couldn't add a 4th title to the dynasty. Number 7. 90 Chicago Bulls. Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen led Chicago to 6 championships in 8 years, from 1991 to 98. As insane as that is, Chicago could have easily won more. MJ retired after the 1993 championship victory and would miss all of 94 and most of 95. That cost the Bulls 2 titles. And when they won their 6th title in 1998, Jordan retired a 2nd time. Head coach Phil Jackson left the team. Pippen was traded to the Houston Rockets. Defensive stalwart Dennis Rodman was released. If only the band stayed together throughout the entire decade. Just imagine the possibilities. Number 6. 80s New York Islanders. Led by a number of Hall of Famers that included scoring machine Mike Bossy, the New York Islanders won 4 straight Stanley Cups from 1980 to 83. That was obviously a dynasty. But along came Wayne Gretzky and the Edmonton Oilers. They thwarted the Islanders' bid for a 5-peat in 1984 and would dominate the NHL landscape from there on out. Bossy had to retire after suffering numerous back injuries. Swedish star Bob Nystrom retired after suffering a ton of injuries too. And so ended the dynasty. Number 5. 80s Los Angeles Lakers. Behind the iconic tandem of Magic Johnson and all-time scoring leader Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the Los Angeles Lakers won 5 NBA championships in the 80s. Abdul-Jabbar announced he retired after the 1989 season. The Lakers were swept by the Pistons in the NBA Finals. His retirement would strongly hurt the Lakers. Then in 1991, Johnson tragically had to retire after announcing he had been diagnosed with HIV. After that, the Lakers couldn't possibly overcome the loss of 2 of their best players. A dynasty that consisted of 5 championships ended. Number 4. 70s Oakland Athletics. Behind star slugger Reggie Jackson and star pitcher Catfish Hunter, the Athletics won 3 straight World Series championships from 1972 to 74. But the Athletics couldn't keep the core together. Hunter joined the New York Yankees after the 1974 season. Jackson soon followed Hunter to the Bronx and joined the Yankees in 1976. Star closer Rollie Fingers would join the San Diego Padres in the 1977 season. And gradually, the Athletics dynasty came to a close. If only they had the money to pay their top stars, there's no telling how many titles they could have won. Number 3. 80s San Francisco 49ers. Over a span of just 9 years, legendary quarterback Joe Montana led the San Francisco 49ers to 4 Super Bowls in the 80s. Honestly, they should have won more. Lawrence Taylor's New York Giants sent the 49ers home in 3 different postseasons. Montana suffered injuries and missed all of 1991 and essentially the entire of the 1992 season. He would join the Kansas City Chiefs in 1993. Deion Sanders joined the 49ers in 1994 and led them to a Super Bowl championship. Then he backstabbed them to join the rival Dallas Cowboys. Yes, Steve Young was a terrific fill-in for Montana, but what if Joe Cool never got hurt? Easily could have been 5 or 6 rings. We'll never know, though. Number 2, 80s Edmonton Oilers. Loaded with a handful of Hall of Famers, the Edmonton Oilers captured the Stanley Cup in 84, 85, 87, and 88. That was thanks in large part to the greatest hockey player to ever live, Wayne Gretzky. But following the 88 championship, Oilers owner Peter Pocklington suffered multiple business failures and needed cash. He traded Gretzky to the Los Angeles Kings to get some. The Oilers would capture a 5th championship in 1990, but then captain Mark Messier was traded to the New York Rangers in 1991. The scorer Glenn Anderson was traded to the Toronto Maple Leafs in 1992. Over time, every cornerstone of the 80s Oilers dynasty left. So why didn't Pocklington just keep Gretzky? The Oilers could have totally reached 7 or more championships. And number 1, 2000's Los Angeles Lakers. What can we say? Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant were one of the most dominant duos the sports world has ever seen. These two, along with head coach Phil Jackson, led the Lakers to a three-peat from 2000 to 2002. But Shaq and Kobe had a notably rough relationship, constantly bashing heads as both fought for the label as face of the franchise. After an embarrassing defeat in the 2004 NBA Finals, Shaq demanded a trade and was shipped to the Miami Heat. Jackson left but would come back a year later. Shaq's departure allowed the San Antonio Spurs to become a dynasty, adding titles in 2005 and 2007. Shaq would win a title with Miami in 2006, while Kobe would win 2 more with the Lakers in 2009 and 10. But if he and Shaq didn't hate each other and stayed together, man, they could have totally matched the 90s Bulls' success. This dynasty was way too short, yet they were still so dominant. They should have kept it going. What other sports dynasties ended way too soon? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you liked the video, then like the video. We'd really appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed yet, now's a great time to do that by clicking the subscribe button down below and making sure you click that little bell icon down there to make sure you get notified when there are new videos on the channel from any of us. Until next time, tune in to Total Pro Sports for more cool videos every single day.